let's plan a road trip. If you are here because you plan on taking a road trip soon too, let me know where you're headed. I'm really excited for you and for me. If it's your first time, if it's your 100th time, let's talk about it. That's really cool. Road tripping is a really unique experience. We have to decide where we're going. Sometimes you will have a specific destination in mind. Sometimes you'll have a time of year in mind, and you've got to find a nice way for those two things to mesh. I decided that I wanted to travel in the summer, and I wanted to go somewhere that was going to be cooler than my state, Pennsylvania. So I'm going north. If you're not sure where you want to go, or even if you do know where you want to go, a great place to start is right here on YouTube. Finding videos of the place that you think you might want to go. And what I like to do is write down specific things that I liked from their video. Like, oh, they went here. I'm really interested in that. That looked beautiful, or that's probably on my route. You can do research in that way. A lot of people might already have travel books. Like, they're really common gifts, at least for those with wanderlust. If you don't have a travel book about the specific place that you want to go, or if you need some inspiration on where to visit, go to a thrift store. In my experience, there's always a really good selection of travel books. These are a couple examples of ones that I have thrifted. For example, I know I'm going to be spending a very large portion of my trip in Maine. I want to go to Baxter State Park so badly, but I'm pretty sure they have a strict dog policy. Strictly forbidden. Sorry, Mosh, no Baxter State Park for us. So what's cool about this is it's not just national parks, it's places that you might not think of. So they have national forests in here. They have wildlife refuge. They also tell you like the best time to visit, where the visitor center is, the nearest town, and obviously really nice pictures to look at. This series is by the Nature Company. It's called a Nature Company Guide. I've seen these exact books at thrift stores before, so they're not super rare. Definitely pick one up if you see them. Okay, so you've decided where and when you want to go. So now I have an idea of my general trajectory. I have a point A and a point B. Before I start diving into, oh my gosh, I want to go here and I want to visit that and I want to see this, I like to create a checklist in my mind of requirements for places that I visit. Obviously, number one is they have to be dog friendly. I'm not going anywhere without this mooch. I also like to know their peak season. I tend to stay away from places that are going to be super busy no matter how gorgeous they are. The third most important thing for me is, where am I going to sleep? Can I overnight at that destination, that point of interest? Is it going to be expensive? Is there a nearby place that's more affordable? If I'm going to a point of interest, I'm probably going to spend all day there. I don't want to then have to scramble and find a place to sleep. If you're really forgetful and like to stay organized like me, you can create a little graph to help yourself remember all of those important things. So obviously, are dogs allowed? What's the peak season? I have a column here for if they accept a park pass. So that way I can decide if I'm going to purchase one for this trip or not. The distance from my last point to this new point, and these are all in order of which one I would see next on the trip. So this is all of my notes. I like having one place where I can see everything and then make decisions like, okay, I'm gonna skip Congaree so that I can get to Hot Springs. This brings me to my rule number one of road trip planning. Don't make reservations. That's the other reason I don't like to travel to a place during peak season. So basically, in order to put this organized list together, I am going to dust off the atlas and pull it out, find which of those realistically fit into my trajectory and my timeline, to simplify and recap, decide where to go, decide when you're going, do some research either online or at your local library, at your local thrift store, at your local friend's bookshelf, cultivate a list of points of interest, and then circle them on a map and get yourself ready to go. If you want to see how I get this whole situation ready to go, Stay tuned, hit subscribe, because that will be quite the process. If you're craving some more information, if you're just hungry for knowledge on this, I have another video about how to plan for a road trip, big tips. If you've seen all my videos and you want some more content, click the first link in the description below this video. That'll take you to my Patreon page where there's some free content. There's also some paid content if you want to help me out. I really appreciate it. And I will talk to you next time. Bye!